Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. I'm Scott.
And I'm Cheryl.
And in today's video, we're in Myrtle Beach, but more specifically, we're in Calabash, North Carolina, home of some great seafood at Brunswick Plantation Resort. And we'll rate and review the golf course, and we're going to answer the question, is Brunswick Plantation worth a play when you're staying in Myrtle Beach? So stay tuned. Hi, welcome back. For those of you new to our channel, we rate each golf course in the Myrtle Beach area based on 4 categories. The first category being the layout and the playability for all levels of players. The second category is the aesthetics or the beauty of the golf course. Third category are the course conditions on the date that we played it, which might be different when you play it, so don't hold us to it. We're just going to review by what we saw that particular day. And then the fourth category is value or bang for your buck. All right, for the first category, for layout, we're going to give Brunswick Plantation 3 stars. And for playability?
4 stars.
4 stars. All right. So tell us about the layout.
So Brunswick Plantation is a 27-hole complex. It was designed by Willard Bird and Clyde Johnson. Yeah,
it's got 3 nines. The azalea, which is tighter off the tee. It's probably my favorite of the 3. The dogwood, which with its name has more dog legs to it, and it's a little wider off the tee. And then the magnolia, which is much more open and easier 3 of the 9. So I think that's the one you like the best. Yeah.
And the course has 5 sets of tees. Of course, that depends on the routing you play. It's going to run anywhere from 5,100 yards to 7,100 yards.
Yeah, so you can bite off as much as you want to on this course. Brunswick Plantation is more of a traditional layout, winding through tall Carolina pine trees, and some small lakes and creeks that run throughout the golf course. So if you're into the traditional tree-line golf course, Brunswick Plantation is going to be your cup of tea. I think the course played a lot easier and more open off the tee than some of its North Carolina neighbors, especially those running along the marsh or even on the just across the South Carolina border like Tidewater and Glendornock. Those are much tighter off the tee. But this is a great golf course for higher handicap players and a course where a lower handicap player can really post a low round.
All right, so category 2, aesthetics or wow factor. We're going to give Brunswick Plantation 2.5 stars.
Ooh, tough judge today. That seems overly critical. And if Brunswick Plantation was here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, both of us would play it regularly and rate it a lot higher because it's much nicer than the daily fee courses that we play. But compared to some of its North Carolina neighbors and other terrific courses in the Grand Strand, whose beauty and scenery is just jaw-dropping, Brunswick Plantation is just a good, solid layout with nothing really memorable that make it stand out aesthetically. At least I didn't think so. It reminds me of a lot of courses I played when I lived in Georgia for 20 years without all the elevation changes there. So you got the pine trees winding around in water, which make it really pretty, but just not what I expect in South Carolina. All right, some of our favorite holes on Brunswick Plantation. We'll start with the azalea 9. Is that good with you? Hole number 1 on azalea. It's a short dogleg right par 4 with 5 tall pine trees and a large waste area right at the bend. So if you try to cut the corner there, they're going to make you pay. The left side is tree lined all the way down the hole. So accuracy is a key off the tee, which is pretty much the case in all of these holes here. Then you got just a short iron into the green, protected by 4 bunkers all the way around.
The number 2 hole, it's a short par 3 that's over a small pond to a boomerang-shaped green. It's got bunkers both short right and left, and then 1 long bunker to the right.
Yeah, this hole is really tough with club selection because that green's so skinny. So you had to be really precise with that. Moving on to hole number 4 on the azalea side, it's a medium to short par 3 to an island green that slopes back to front, back toward the water, and it's surrounded by a pretty big landing area. So even if you don't hit the green, you've got grassy area there that you're okay. All right, moving on to the dogwood side, hole number 7 is a short par 5 that is reachable in 2 if you can hit a fade off the tee. I play a draw. A small creek runs the entire length of the hole right, so you got to be careful there. And then there's a massive bunker that starts about 100 yards short of the green on the right, and it runs right along the water there and runs all the way to the back of the green. So if you try to reach it in two, you've got not only water, but you've got that massive bunker, and you might have an 80-yard bunker shot in there with your third. So you got to be careful. And then if you miss the green left, you've got two big mounds and grass bunkers that come into play. And then you have to hit out of those mounds back toward the water, which is not a lot of fun.
Dogwood number 9 hole. It's a short par 4 dogleg lift. It's going to require a layup off the tee, or you can drive it right through the fairway into a small pond or the bunker right.
And you learn some new words when you do that.
I do.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the Magnolia side. Hole number 4. I think you threw this one in there. A medium length par 3. She does love the par 3s. Over a small pond that doesn't come into play unless you really fat it off the tee. The green is slightly elevated and it slopes back to front, back toward the pond. Then there's 3 small pot bunkers behind the green, and then 1 small bunker sets just off to the right and short. So you got to be pretty precise with your club selection on this one. And then Magnolia number 8 is a really short par 4 dogleg left that you can drive it if you're a long hitter, but you got to carry it 280 plus over a water hazard on the left side. So the smart play is just to lay off with an iron or a hybrid off the tee. Just short of 3 pot bunkers that are in the landing area. And then you've just got a little wedge and short iron into the green that is protected on both sides by big bunkers. So play it smart. Don't get your ego make you have a big number on this easy scoreable hole. Just hit something out in the fairway and wedge it into the green.
Category 3, course conditions. For Brunswick Plantation, we are going to give this
4 stars.
4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
So Brunswick Plantation was in really good shape at the time we played it. It was early June, and the tee boxes and fairways and greens were all in really nice shape.
Yeah, especially for June. But again, if you haven't watched any of our Myrtle Beach series, you know that I've been going out there for 40-something years, and every time we go out, I'll call out all of the golf courses we plan on playing, and I'll find out when their aeration schedule is for the summer, because that's when we always go. So I know when they've punched the greens, and it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks for them to come back in. So if they've just punched them, we won't play them that time. So we always find courses that are in pretty good shape when we play them. Brunswick Plantation was no different. But we probably get more comments about course conditions, especially like one of my favorites, Oyster Bay. When we played it, it was in okay shape, but evidently they've let it go down since the last time we played it, because a bunch of you commented in that it's just trash right now, that the cart pass and the fairways and greens were just in terrible shape. So whenever we rate course conditions, it's when we played it. So the day we were there, and this was early June, and it was in really good shape. So category 4 for value or bang for your buck, we're going to give Brunswick Plantation 4.5 stars. It's a really good value if you play it in the winter and the summer compared to other courses in Myrtle Beach. And it's definitely a great value compared to what we pay here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, if you play in the spring or you play in the fall, the shoulder seasons, you're going to pay about 25% more. And that's true at about most of the courses in Myrtle Beach. So, Cheryl, what were the green fees like in the winter and summer?
So both winter and summer midweek tee times, they're going to be between $50 and $60, making it a great value.
Yeah, it's awesome value. For $50-$60 here, we'd get a goat ranch.
Yes.
So, yeah, you know what a goat ranch is. You don't want to play them. You've been to West Texas. Goat ranch. All right. We played it in nearby River Hills the same day, and we got 2 rounds of golf for less than $200 for 2 of us, which is amazing. So we got 36 holes in that day for 2 people for less than $200 at 2 really nice golf courses. So you can't beat that. And then we were able to go down to the riverfront in Little River, and if you haven't been there, some great restaurants down on the river, and there's some great seafood. But that gambling boat,
I did not go.
It's not Las Vegas, is it? So anyway, it's a great day. So if you like tree-lined golf courses, Brunswick Plantation is your ticket. All right, let's recap and give Brunswick Plantation an overall score. I'm going to give Brunswick Plantation 3 stars.
I'm going to give it 3 stars as well.
3 stars as well? All right. What are some of your thoughts?
Well, I think it was a nice resort that has great stay and play packages. It's in was a terrific shape when we played it.
Yeah, Cheryl's right. They have condos there that you can rent and stay and play. So for those of you that are snowbirds coming in the wintertime or in the fall or early spring, it's a great place to stay and play. You've got plenty of golf courses right there in the area on the North Carolina side. So, I could see where it would be a terrific value for you as well. I don't rate it higher simply because compared to the other courses in Myrtle Beach, it just doesn't stand out aesthetically for me. I mean, it's a good golf course, nothing wrong with it. When we go to Myrtle Beach, though, we want to play courses that are different than what we get here in Dallas-Fort Worth or what I got when I was in Georgia. We want courses that say South Carolina to us, which to me are the courses on the marsh. Those are the ones that I like the best anyway. I think you thought those were the prettiest as well. But like when we go to Arizona, we go to Las Vegas in the desert, we want to play desert courses, not Parkland style golf courses. So, but if Brunswick Plantation was here in Texas, we would love playing it all the time because it was in really good shape, and we would love to have a course with trees like that and the flowers and plants that were all over it. But we just don't get that here. If you're looking for a course in good shape, that's fun to play, and it's not going to beat you up, and it's an amazing value, and it won't break your budget, then Brunswick Plantation is the golf course that you need to play when you're in Myrtle Beach.
Remember, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe below. That way we can keep providing more content like this for couples like us who love to travel and play golf.
Yeah, and be sure to check back next week for our newest installment of our Myrtle Beach series as we go down just the road a little bit to the Meadowlands Golf Course in Calabash, North Carolina. We've had several of you comment on how much you enjoy that golf course. So we're going to look forward to rating that one. And then check out some of our other videos from the Myrtle Beach series and then other series we have on our channel, from places like Bandon Dunes and Cabo San Lucas to Scottsdale, Phoenix to the Caribbean and even Las Vegas, which we just got back from. So we'll have to post those 3 rounds on here as well, and others from around the golfing world. So hopefully we'll see you on the first tee someday.
Hit them straight.